This strategy is going to make you your first $10,000. I've used this strategy and I've made several thousands of dollars. If you've been following me in my community, you get to understand that yes, I've made thousands of dollars. I've made withdrawals and I've posted them in my Telegram community. So I'm going to be sharing this strategy right now. I want you guys to stay tuned and make sure you take advantage of this strategy. So what we are doing this year is just to educate ourselves more and take advantage of learning this skill. If you're also a profitable trader, let me know in the comment section which strategy you use and I can share it to my community. You can as well do this to support the community. I believe your good gesture would help a lot of people out there who are struggling traders and trying to make money. Now, if this is your first time of coming across my channel, I'm Kaozi Money and I try my possible best to share the best strategies. We also share free signals in my community that have been making people massive profits and we have been getting a lot of results. I'll try to put the results somewhere around here. There have been insane testimonials from these signals in my community. So do want to take advantage of it as well. Without wasting any more of your time, let's go through this strategy and help you make your first $10,000 as a trader. Okay, so I took this trade on SOL USDT, okay, Solana, okay, on the 1 hour time frame. So I saw this fair value gap, okay, and a very valid break of structure right here. Now the market pulled up right here, came down here and created this consolidation right here and made another bullish trend right here and then came back and tapped into this zone. And so I knew that this was a very good confirmation for my entry. I took my entry right here and as you guys can see, it's going in profit already. This should make me, I think, about $500, but yeah, let's see how it goes. Okay guys, as you can see, Solana USDT 1 hour time frame, the setup I showed you guys, and boom, smash take profit, full take profit guys. Okay, so after watching this strategy, you should be better than at the least 50% of traders out there. And this strategy, like I said, will be making your first $10,000. And so I want you to take your time to watch and understand this, okay? Now, if you watch it the first time and you don't understand, you can do well to watch it over and over again until you understand this concept. Make sure you take your time to watch it because I'm going to be explaining as though I'm explaining to a 5-year-old, okay? Now, on this strategy, I am using a higher time frame, okay? And this is GBP AUD, okay? Your British pound against your Australian dollar. And this is a higher time frame. So you want to go on either your 1 hour time frame, your 4 hour time frame, or on your daily time frame, wherever you find this setup. Okay, so what you are going to be looking out for is a particular type of setup. Okay, just like I showed you guys. So once you see something that starts looking like that, then you can predict that this is going to happen next, where you can place your trade. Okay, so the whole idea of a market structure is looking at what has happened before that could happen in the future. Okay, now let's say you saw this move, right, trying to break out or trying to create this new bullish trend. Okay, now if you go on a lower time frame, I don't want to go on other lower time frame just so that I don't confuse a lot of people, but I can just check out. Let's say you go on the 1 hour time frame. Okay, so if you look at this on the 1 hour time frame, okay, you would see that this chart has started creating a buy side. Okay, it has started forming a bullish trend, started breaking structures. Now, as you can see right here, there is a very valid break of structure. Let's go back on the 4 hour time frame. Okay, now as you saw on the 1 hour time frame, right? Okay, as you saw on the 1 hour time frame, right? So this is now making what? A bullish trend. Okay, so it has stopped consolidating, tried to give a little bearish trend, but it changed character and started making a bullish trend. And this is a valid break of structure right here. Then after this break of structure, we kept having an uptrend. And once you see this setup, you don't need to rush to place a trade. You need to wait for confirmations. You need to wait for a setup. Okay, now if the market is not looking like what I showed you previously, then the market is not yet ready for you to place a trade. You need to make sure that it looks like what you saw on the previous chart that I showed you before you take a trade. Those things shows what I call confirmations. Okay, when you look at all those patterns, when you look at all those structures, they are trying to show you that yes, this is following a particular setup to give you a good and better result. Okay, so when you see this, all you need to do is to create this line to show a break of structure. Okay, now the market kept moving. Okay, as you can see, like I said, buyers lost momentum and so it started selling down. Okay, now once it starts selling down, you observe that there's a little bit of consolidation, and this zone from this point, okay, from this point right here where you had your break of structure to the downside right here, okay, from this point to this point, the market didn't get to this zone. Okay, why? Because this point, as you can see right here, is what is a fair value gap. From here down to this point is your fair value gap. Okay, and also this point is what you can also call your support. When you find out that there's this fair value gap space which the market is not being able to access, okay, so all you need to do is to mark out your fair value gap. Okay, just mark out this point using this tool right here, okay, on your trading view app. Is free. Now once you're done marking out this point, you just let the trade keep doing its thing. Now what you are expecting next, okay, is for price to tap into this zone, is to come into this place, and then you'll be able to make your next move. Okay, so you just keep waiting for the market to do its thing. As you can see, it just kept consolidating. It wasn't able to break this resistance zone right here. Okay, so there was a form of resistance right here, so price wasn't able to break to get into this fair value gap zone. If I go on my higher time frame to the daily time frame, you would see that on GBP AUD that this is a very well valid fair value gap. Okay, now while the market keep moving, as you can see right here, just keep shifting this your fair value gap to get confirmation. Okay, to get confirmation. Right now, as you can see at this point right here, price tapped into your zone. Okay, it tapped into your zone, your fair value gap zone. Okay, let me type this out for you guys. So this is fair value gap, right? So it tapped into this zone of your fair value gap, right? Now this doesn't show a confirmation. This tapping into this zone doesn't show that you should place the trade immediately. Okay, you need to wait for another confirmation. Now in some times, okay, in some occasions, price taps into this zone and changes character and start going to the downside. Okay, now that will make you lose. So waiting for your confirmation is waiting for price to tap into the zone and not be able to cross this your fair value gap zone. Okay, now even if it goes down to cross, since you haven't placed a trade yet, you are not on the losing side, and there is a possibility and there is a possible chance that it can come down here to sweep this liquidity. Okay, now let me explain something to you guys about liquidity. Right now, you see all these points right here, okay, here, all these lines right here, these are liquidity. Now in the forex market, in the crypto market, liquidity stands for money. Okay, and big institutions, big investors who control the market, what they are looking to do is to collect your money. They are looking to take your money. So what they are looking to do basically in the forex term is they are looking to clear out liquidity. Concerning your confirmation, since it couldn't clear this fair value gap, it went back up. Okay, it went back up to break another structure right here. Okay, now, okay, I hope you guys can see this clearly. Right now, what happened here in the market was that the market came into your zone and started pushing to a buy side. Okay, now this is the point. At this point right here is where you can start looking at placing a trade. Once the price comes up here, taps again. Now if you shift this a little bit, you would see, okay, that market went up to the buy side and came back again to tap into the zone. This is the point where you confirm that this trade is definitely going to the buy side, confirming your setup. Remember the first setup I showed you guys, right? Where I showed you the trend, consolidation, coming back to tap in a zone before taking on a buy side. Now, what you need to do at this point right here, okay, is to take your long position, set it right here, set your stop loss directly below this zone right here, set your take profit at the side of the high side liquidity, okay. Set your stop loss below here, set your take profit at your initial high, okay. This is where you set your take profit, where your initial high was, okay, and then you wait for the trade to play out. Now, as you can see, the trade played out perfectly. So let's see how this went. Let's move it from the 4-hour time frame, okay, to the daily time frame. Now, as you guys can see, on the daily time frame, the trade played out so perfectly, hitting your full take profit. Now, if you look at the setup we had initially, right, doesn't it look exactly the same? Look at it. Your break of structure, a bullish move right here, consolidation. Remember I talked about consolidation, right? So your consolidation right here, you have your consolidation right here. It came back down, tap into your zone, giving you a form of confirmation. You set your stop loss directly below your fair value gap under here, and then your take profit up here. And as you can see, it smashed take profit. Now, if you use this strategy right here, you'll be able to make your first $10,000. All you need to do is to keep waiting for your confirmations. Make sure that you don't place any trades just like a random trader. Make sure that you wait for your confirmations, and your trade will be going exactly the way you predict it.